once again, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I would like to talk about my top 10 European places and cities that I would love to visit while I'm here in Europe. A couple vlogs ago I did a vlog on me being in Germany, and of course I talked a little bit of where I'm I was at that time. So yeah, let's get started with my top 10th, making my way down to my top 1. Alrighty, let's get started with my top 10th one, which is Bonn, Germany. With Bonn, Germany, it is the birthplace of Ludwig van Beethoven, who is considered to be the father and the leading composer for the Romantic period. So yeah, it is very interesting. I'm a musician myself, and I grew up listening to a lot of Beethoven's compositions and trying to kind of play them as well. So the next one would be Czechia, otherwise known in its formal way, the Czech Republic, mainly having to do again with music. Dvořák, who composed his ninth symphony from the New World, which is one of the most famous pieces in the world that he actually composed while he was visiting the United States. The most popular movement is actually the second movement, which is my favorite part, Largo. The next city or place on my list that I would love to visit is literally the capital of the Netherlands, Amsterdam. So with this, it's just a place that I would love to visit, experience its culture. I mean, it's the cultural center and the largest city in all of the Netherlands, which is very nice. So, yeah. The next thing on my list, which is number 7, is Legoland. I'm the type of person who grew up playing with Legos. My dad grew up playing with Legos. So yeah, it is definitely very interesting for me and something that I enjoy very much. And I am literally living in the continent right now where it originated, specifically in the country of Denmark, which is a little bit north of Germany, which is where I'm at right now. So the next city on my list that I would love to visit would be Vienna, Austria. So with that, again having to do with music, it is where Beethoven had his big break. It is where Mozart had his big break. It is where Haydn had his big break, especially when it came to their time during the classical period, with the exception of Beethoven, who was both classical and romantic. Alrighty, the next city on my list would be London, England, in the United Kingdom. The reason this is, same with Amsterdam, it's a cultural center, it's the largest city in the UK right now. It is literally a lovely place that I've seen mainly in pictures, but I haven't gotten the chance to see it for myself. So yeah, specifically the London Eye, the Buckingham Palace, of Big Ben, are some of the landmarks that the UK has to offer. And kind of along those lines, which is not too far from London itself, I would also actually love to visit the British sister school of the school I am at now. There soon, to kind of check it out as a student from a sister school, not just specifically from Germany, but also from a sister school in the United States. The next place on my list is Barcelona. Now, as a Spanish speaker with this, Barcelona to me would sound kind of normal, but at the same time, the way that I would pronounce it as a Spanish speaker from the United States is Barcelona. The reason for Barcelona other than its quirkiness and its pronunciation, it is one of the main cultural centers in Spain other than Madrid, and it's specifically the cultural center for the Catalonia region, and they speak Catalan there with Spanish as a second co-official language there. And for me, it's hearing more about Barcelona, it was definitely a place that intrigues me more than Madrid. Now the next place on my list is Paris, France, which is the birthplace of the Parisian French. That is the French that is the French that is like the modern day French that is spoken today. So yeah, it is literally the cultural center for France. It has the Eiffel Tower, which is one of my favorite landmarks, and all in there. And it's definitely the place that is known as the City of Love. One of the places that I would love to visit while there is the Louvre, specifically for Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa. So yeah, it is a beautiful portrait, and it's definitely a portrait that I have studied in art class when I was taking art classes and all that when I was in junior high. So yeah, the next place on my list is actually a place that I've kind of visited because of my time flying to get here to Germany, and that is Frankfurt, Germany. Specifically Frankfurt am Main, because there's two Frankfurts here in Germany, so I'm talking about the larger of the two. So yeah, with this, it's like, it has a connection to Germany that Berlin doesn't have. It's like, it's the business center in Germany. It is where a lot of businesses are headquartered, and it's all that stuff. It is a place close to my heart, as my family kind of, like, they used to live there, and they don't live too far from there. They still live in that area, so that is awesome. And it's definitely a place that I kept on hearing about, especially with the Frankfurt airport, which I have finally had the chance to fly to the Frankfurt airport. So I kind of been there, but it's definitely a place that I'd love to explore more. Alrighty, right now it is time for my number one specific city in all of Europe. My number one, the top place that I want to visit. And that is, very much as an American and very much as a fan of the most popular music all in the world, which is the Sound of Music. It is literally Salzburg, Austria. Yes, I would love to visit Salzburg, Austria because of the Sound of Music. I grew up watching the Sound of Music. I grew up listening to the music from the Sound of Music. I grew up like really in love with the story of the Von Trapp family. It's definitely one of those movies that I really have fallen in love with. It really made me fall in love with Europe, with Austria, and specifically with the city of Salzburg, which is a place that many people consider a pilgrimage to visit just because of this movie. Now, admittingly, the Germans and more so the Austrians don't really like anything to do with the Sound of Music, which is specifically the film. So yeah, like, especially with the controversy behind it. But all in all, including with me, the Sound of Music has touched so many lives, and it's really helps me further develop my love for music. So yeah, these were my top 10 European cities/places that I would love to visit while I'm here in Germany. If you liked this video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Make sure you like the video, like, hit that thumbs up right there, and I will see y'all next time. Bye!